welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name's Jess and I do productivity and lifestyle videos. Gosh, I look rough. So it's now actually 25 past 12. And basically this morning, that first clip where I was introducing the video, well, not really introducing the video, like doing my little introduction, you know, the little hi guys, welcome back to my channel, that clip, filmed that at 9 o'clock this morning because my flatmate woke me up. She had come out of her room blasting music on her phone at like 8 o'clock this morning. She had slammed her bedroom door behind her. She had slammed the kitchen door behind her anytime she went in and out of the kitchen. She was going in and out of the flat. She went in and out of the flat about 3 times, and each time she was slamming the front doors and porch doors and going into the kitchen and slamming those doors. And then eventually when she got into her car, the Bluetooth automatically started playing her music in her car. So all of a sudden I could just hear the music again, and it was blasting from her car. And that was like a whole 10-minute thing of her just walking around and just being extremely loud. And she now knows that she's woke me up. So I kind of just laid in bed. But kind of just laid in bed, and then I felt like I was like, you know when you're like half asleep but you're not really asleep, you're not really half asleep because your eyes are open and you're still just like laying in bed watching stuff but you're not functioning properly. I really don't know if I've just explained that very well, but essentially I was just like kind of half asleep in my bed. But I need to get on with a bunch of things, so I thought I would take you guys along on today's video. Plan for today is to finish setting up my thing for placement, my little folder for placement. I still haven't heard about whether I'm going to, like, if I'm cleared to go to placement or not yet, which, you know, is just, it's just great. So I'm still waiting about that. Need to do some class notes. I need to go to the gym. Need to have a good session today because I've had like really bad sessions. Like, not bad sessions, but like they haven't been like good, if that makes sense. So, but I've just put some oil in my hair, so I'm gonna oil my hair for a few hours. So I'm gonna go put my hair up, create a plan for today, and make some drinks. So I've made a to-do list for today. So today I'm filming my day in my life, obviously. Need to go to the gym, need to finish setting up my placement section in my ring binder, need to finish off my respiration notes, need to film a TikTok of my class notes, and if you're not following my TikTok, go follow it. I'll make sure to link it down below. but I did a like 10-minute TikTok about like filming each page of my class notes, and so that was the first half of the booklet, so I need to do another one for the second half of that book, and because I've done some more class notes, and I need to post on my study Instagram account. Oiled my hair, and yeah, so also need to take my asthma pump and stuff. So asthma pump. There we go. Now I need to take my vitamins. Vitamin C tablet. This is chewable, but honestly I don't like chewing it, so I just drink it. And then the last vitamin that I take in the morning, or the last tablet I take in the morning, my cod liver oil tablet. And then if I feel like I need painkillers, I take painkillers, but I actually feel fairly good. But I actually have made a few drinks, and you guys are going to be like, why so many? I've got 4 drinks on my desk, and they have different purposes. So I've got some ice water in here for hydration. I've got a tea for both caffeine and taste, because tea actually has caffeine in. I've got some chocolate milk for taste, and I have got an iced coffee for caffeine. So it's a little bit chaotic making 4 drinks, but we move. I also have made a cheese toastie. It is very cheesy, so I'm going to eat my toastie and then we'll get into getting stuff done. It's now 3:30 and I need to get my endorphins going so I can be productive. So I'm going to go on a little walk and get some fresh air, and then wherever I walk to, I'll end up at the gym that's just down the road that I go to anyway, to then lift some weights. And going on a walk, it gets me out of the flat, it gets me having some fresh air, obviously doing cardio. And if I do cardio outside, it's a bit of a change from doing cardio in the gym, like walking on a treadmill. So I'm going to go for a wander and then go to the gym. So it's only 7 minutes past 4, and I completely forgot that it was Tuesday. No, it's not Tuesday, it's Saturday. Completely forgot that the gym closes at 4 on Saturdays. So went on a little walk and got to the gym just before 4 o'clock, and they were like, oh, we're closed. And I was like, oh yeah, it's Saturday, isn't it? But so no gym for me today, treat it as my rest day and go tomorrow. But so I'm just gonna continue with some uni work. I'm just replaiting my hair because it was a bit shit, if I'm honest. But I may go on a longer walk tomorrow just to get my steps up, like later on, just to get my steps up. Because I mean, it's not like cold outside, because I mean it's January, obviously it's going to be cold. It's like 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, which I mean it's warm enough to go out of the house with no coat. If you're going to be like walking at a fast pace. But so I might change that thing on my to-do list. I'll tick it off when I've gone for my walk instead of going to the gym. But yeah, I'm just going to get back onto the study and grind. So this is the ring binder that I'm putting all the information about my placements in. So I'll explain this the best that I can. So the first page starts with my year 1 proficiencies, and essentially these are all the proficiencies that I need to have developed by the end of first year. So I have got this page, the back side of it, and this page about it, and that's more generalised to the 3 placements that I have for first year. And then so placement 1, I'm at Broomfield Hospital in the Billericay ward, which is an ENT ward, ear, nose and throat, and that is supposed to be from the 22nd of January until the 3rd of March, and it's currently the 27th. I'm supposed to be out on placement as of Monday just gone, but there was an issue with my e-learning, and essentially now I can't start my placement until I've got an email saying that I'm cleared to start. So I'm just waiting on that email from now on. And then I've sort of explained what I can expect to see on an ENT ward. So for ear, which is the first section of ENT, because ENT stands for ear, nose and throat. So I've started with E as it's the first one, and I've outlined a bit about a condition called glue ear and written some information on it, and grommets, which is a tiny tube inserted into the eardrum, allowing air to pass through the eardrum, keeping the air pressure safe. And on the back page I have written about hearing loss and deafness, as that's an issue with the ear. Then I have moved on to nose, and the first thing that I have outlined is adenoid surgery, and this is a gland that sits at the back of your nose, and it's also known as the nasopharynx. And I have explained flexible nasal endoscopy, and this is a procedure that is used to look at the inside of the nose, back of the nose, voice box, and back of the voice box and tongue. I have also explained a bit about nosebleeds, and this is also known as epistaxis. And for people who experience long-term or prolonged nosebleeds fairly regularly, may have to have an operation that involves sealing off the main blood vessel in the nose. And then moving on to the throat, I have explained about a tonsillectomy, which is basically the removal of your tonsils due to tonsillitis, and that's what I have written about. But what I plan to include in this ring binder is what I have learned at the end of each shift, and if I want to research into a specific condition, I will, during each day, if there's a thing that I want to research or write about, I'll write it in this little notebook, which I think is quite cute, and then write the notes up to go into here properly and explain about each shift. So the plan for this ring binder is to ensure that I can improve on my knowledge, and then when I've qualified, I will be able to look back at this and look at what I've learnt throughout placements. So there was an issue with me starting my placement on Monday the 22nd, which, as you can see from explaining about what I've put in here for placements, I was supposed to start my 6-week block of placement on Monday the 22nd, and obviously I haven't, as it's now Saturday the 27th, and I haven't filmed a prepare for my first shift or like a day in the life as a nursing student out on placement. So I got an email last Friday basically saying that the e-learning I had done was wrong, and that until I had completed the correct section, that I wasn't cleared to start my placement. So I was like, okay, great. And on the e-learning website that we use, my e-learning had stuff like long COVID, statutory and mandatory training, and stuff like the Mental Capacity Act. And I had just thought that I needed to do one section from the 6 sections that were classed as my e-learning. So I had done the Mental Capacity Act, but it turns out I needed to have done the statutory and mandatory training. And with each subsection, with each section, there's subsections that need to be filled, that need to be completed, and the assessments need to be done for each of those sections. And you need to pass each assessment, and the pass for each assessment is 80%. So I had done the 18 subsections and passed the 18 assessments for the Mental Capacity Act, and it turns out that I needed to have done the statutory and mandatory training, which has 24 subsections. So last weekend I literally spent the whole weekend doing it whilst being ill. So Monday evening I sent off all the certificates saying that I had passed each assessment off to my course leader on Monday evening, and by Tuesday evening I hadn't heard anything. So I had sent the same email to then my personal development tutor saying that I had done my e-learning, and if I could have an update that would be brilliant. By Wednesday evening still hadn't heard anything. Wednesday evening I had a really bad sleep, and Thursday morning I actually woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I hadn't heard anything. So I was like, you know what, I'll send another email to the course leader, which I did, and my personal development tutor, which I did, and then the compliance team as well. And the email I sent to compliance basically was like, hi, so I had finished this Monday evening and I had sent this to both my personal development tutor and the course leader and hadn't heard anything, so I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that I had finished it. Here's the certificates, let me know what's going on. And then I sent an email to my personal development tutor and the course leader basically saying that I haven't heard anything back, saying that, like, not even a confirmation that you have received my email saying that I had finished my e-learning. Could you give me an update, please, as I have missed 3 13-hour shifts, which is 39 hours, and we can only do up to 48 hours a week. So the quicker I get this sorted and the quicker I can go out onto placement, the quicker I can get those hours sorted, because if I don't get all the hours sorted within the 3 placements, I'll have to use the consolidation period in August, which obviously no one really wants to do because that's a 4-week placement. So I got an email back from both my personal tutor and the course leader saying that compliance are aware of the situation. They'll send you an email saying that you'll be cleared, and until you're cleared you can't go out onto placement. It is Saturday and I still haven't received that email. I called the hospital and spoke to the charge nurse on the ward that I'm going to and double checked that they were aware of the situation, and they get an email as well saying that I'm cleared when I will be cleared. So we both get identical emails, and that they haven't put me on any shifts going forward until I'm cleared. So I've literally just spent the past few days trying to figure this out so that when I eventually do go out into placement, I can take this little book and make notes throughout each shift and be like, and just roughly talk about in like note form, learn this, blah blah blah, completed this, signed this and these proficiencies off, etc. And then coming home, writing that up properly in loose leaf paper to go into here after every shift, because we also have to fill out like learning logs. And say like if I have 2 13-hour shifts, one after the other, the last thing I'm going to want to do is to come home after being on my feet for 13 hours, well, more like 15, because it will take me, I'll have to get the bus. So days that I start at 7, I will have to be out of my flat at 6:10 and be at the get to the bus stop for about 15:15 to get the bus up to the hospital, to be like 20 minutes early so I can change into my uniform, so I can be then 10 minutes early ready for handover to start at 7 a.m. and then handover to happen at 8 p.m. will mean that I won't get out of the hospital after getting out of my uniform, because we can't travel in our uniform unless we're in our own cars, and can't drive yet. Still have my provisional licence. So getting out of my uniform, travelling home, and then getting through the front door. The last thing I'm going to want to do is sit there and write a whole learning log, which is basically like a little essay sort of thing about what I've completed in that shift. So in writing what I've done that shift, I should be able to then, at the end of both of those shifts, so like, we'll say for this week example, Monday and Tuesday, 13-hour shifts, write the notes up after each shift. Then Wednesday, I could have written up both of the learning logs and like submitted them for our practice assessor to give me the feedback if there's no time for me to do it during the actual placement. So, and then not only that, it allows me to look back at the end of the year and be like, wow, that's such an improvement between my first ever shift and my last ever shift of this year. And even going into second and third year, being able to go, oh yeah, no, that's a lot of improvement from my first ever shift on first year to my last ever shift on third year. So it's good to have that information there to reflect on, so you know what to improve on. But it's now 6:15. It has taken me a lot longer to get that done than I thought, so I'm not going to go for a walk, I will be honest. So I am literally just going to go for a shower and wash my hair as I oiled my hair this morning. So I will update you guys once I get out of the shower. So, as I'm filming on my phone, and I don't have a lot of storage on my phone due to having like apps and stuff, I'm having to transport clips as I go along into where I edit on my laptop, which I use Microsoft Clipchamp. So I've just literally added the last few clips onto my timeline, and this video is already 28 minutes and I've still got a lot more to do this evening. So I think for the sake of not only me but you guys as viewers, I will do an evening in my life and end this video here, just because I've got so much to do and you guys really don't want to be watching like a 40-minute video from like a new YouTuber. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video, which will be most likely my evening in my life, or I'll not upload that one until I've done a video where I'm like planning my February sort of thing. So my next video will either be tonight's evening in my life, or my it will either be tonight's evening in my life, tomorrow's Sunday reset video, or planning my February. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.